Mute your mic.
Yeah, hi, my name is Naveen, and thank you so much for introducing me. So, before I start the session, is it good to go,
Yes,
Naman? Is it good to go?
yes.
Well, okay, so before I start the session, I would introduce myself. So, my name is Naveen, and I have 6 years of experience, 6+ years of experience in cloud infrastructure and platform. And I'm working in a multinational company which is based in Pune, and I have specialized in Microsoft Azure, that is the cloud platform, and and I'm handling the international clients, which is more than banks and non-IT fields, and then several projects we have I'm handling. So that is what. And so let me present my screen to you all, and then we'll share what I can share to you. Yeah. So, ma'am, are we good to go? Should I share a screen?
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah. Well, so I'm presenting my screen to you all. Well, so I hope that my screen is sharing with you all. I would expecting a yes from you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Thank you. So, this is a webinar which is on cloud computing. Okay. So, before we move, we will discuss about what is cloud computing and the introduction of the cloud computing. So basically, the cloud computing is on-demand services which is available through internet to the end user. In the definition, you can find the definition on the Google also. The cloud computing is the on-demand availability of the computer's system resources, especially on the data storage, cloud storage, that is also called as cloud storage, and computing power, without direct active management by the user. What does that mean by on-demand availability? On-demand availability says that whenever you require your particular application or files over the internet, you would be able to access it. Let's suppose you have a G drive. G drive means Google Drive. You all are accessing the G drive, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So G drive. So whenever you are putting your files over G drive, you will be able to access your G drive or files wherever you are over the internet. So this is called as on-demand availability. Okay. I have a best example for it, and I have a good definition for the cloud computing. That is, this is the one. The cloud computing is the delivery of different services through the internet. These resources including tools and applications like data store, servers, databases, networking, and softwares. So this is the definition of the cloud computing. So let's discuss more about it. Let's go deeply about it. Okay, so this is the model. This is the model and architect of the cloud computing. So this is the base architecture of the cloud computing, where you can see all the applications, databases, mobile, storage, servers, each and everything is associated with the cloud computing. Okay, so nowadays you can see whatever things you are putting over the G drive or Microsoft OneDrive, you will be able to access it. Your mobile applications is also based on the cloud computing resources. uh, your applications is easily available to the your mobile using internet. Okay, so we will discuss about the its model and the infrastructure of it. So we will be discussing about the delivery of model of the cloud computing. So there are certain services and model working behind it. So enabling the cloud computing, we have some models. The models are, we have a deployment model, and the second one is service model. Enabling the cloud computing in IT infrastructure, we will need a deployment model, and we will need a service model. These two models includes the cloud computing. Okay, so we will discuss first deployment model. What is deployment model do? So this is deployment model. We have certain images for it. So deployment model has three steps or three models it has. First one is private cloud, second one is public cloud, and the third one is hybrid cloud. Okay, so we will discuss each and every one, each and everything about in the details. So first we will start with the private cloud. What is private cloud? Private, the word you can see that private, P-R-I-V-A-T-E, private means your own things which you are managing your with your own resources, with your own management. That is called as private. Means you are managing your own servers, your own infrastructure, your own applications. That is called private cloud. And you have enabled the virtualization on your premises. That is called private cloud. So for example, I would give you an example, that is banks. Let's suppose you are going to a bank. Okay, so bank, they do not use any external data. They use only their own data. Whatever they are using in their bank, they will that is their own data. They have their own servers, they have their own banking applications where your transactions and everything is being performed. So this is called a private cloud. The second one comes is public cloud. What is public cloud? Public cloud is something which is available to everyone, each and everyone who is the user of the internet. The public cloud, the example of the public cloud is the Gmail. The best example is Gmail. You are accessing mail services, which is Gmail, Yahoo, Microsoft Outlook. So all this comes under public cloud. Okay, so you can use it anywhere in the world using internet. So this is called as a public cloud. Also, we have some applications where we can introduce as public cloud, like Microsoft OneDrive. You can put your data over OneDrive, and you can access it anywhere in the world using internet. So I hope I'm clear with the private cloud and public cloud, right? Any questions on it? I would like to, this session to be interactive.
Anyone have any question? You can unmute your mic and tell the questions.
Okay, anyways. So let's move to the hybrid cloud. So what is hybrid cloud? Hybrid cloud is something, this is also a service which is runs on a public cloud. Let's suppose I will be giving you an example. You might have heard about the Flipkart. Flipkart is e-commerce business website where they are selling their products. So sometimes what happens is they are using their own private cloud, but sometimes they need more resources and more data because they have some offers on the particular time. Let's suppose your Diwali is going on, and they have launched some product for offers. So on Diwali, as they are running with the offer, so they will be having some resources. They will need to have some resources, extra resources, because user will be increased at the offer times. Okay, so they will host their application and services. They will host their application and services over public cloud. So this is the actual definition of the hybrid cloud is to hosting their private services over the public cloud is called as the hybrid cloud. Okay, so whenever they need the maximum resources, they will host their services and application to the public cloud. So they are using as a hybrid cloud to it. So hybrid cloud is works as that portfolio where you have to pay whatever you are using. Let's suppose you are using 1 hour services over the internet for cloud. You have to pay only for 1 hour, not more than that, because this is kind of a rent. You have to pay rent to the cloud providers. Okay, so this is all about the hybrid cloud. Now moving ahead, we will discuss about the service model of it. We have service model to the cloud computing. Well, so we have three models of the services, which is IaaS, which is called as infrastructure as a service. The second one is platform as a service, and the third one is software as a service. Well, what is infrastructure as a service? Anyone has idea about the infrastructure as a service? Anyone has heard about the cloud computing? I just wanted to know. Okay, no worries. Well, so infrastructure as a service. The infrastructure as a service, or IaaS, is a form of cloud computing that provides the virtualized computing resource over the internet. Okay, so infrastructure as a service. Let's suppose you are working in a bank, so you might have seen that bankers are using their application. They don't know what is happening in background. In background, in the application background, there is a server placed in data centers. On the server, it has their own application and own services, which is giving the services to the users and being accessed by the bankers. Okay, so this is something, the servers and the resources which is available in the data center, which is called as the infrastructure as a service. The second one is platform as a service. The platform as a service is a cloud computing model where a third party provider delivers the hardware and software tools to the user over the internet. What is the third party providers? Third party providers means we have several third party providers for the cloud in the market. You might have heard about the Microsoft. Microsoft is the captain, you can say the captain of the cloud computing. Means it has a product called Azure, Microsoft Azure, and Azure is providing the best level of the platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, and software as a service on the cloud computing. Apart from that, we have Amazon also. Amazon Web Services, you might have heard about it. AWS, and we have Google, we have IBM. I'll show you the picture also about it. Okay, well, so we have software as a service in service model. So the definition of it allows user to connect and use the cloud apps over the internet. Well, so software as a service means you are accessing your Gmail, you are accessing your OneDrive, you are accessing your G Drive, you are accessing your Yahoo, regardless of the functionality of it. You are just opening your email, mobile phone, and you are turning on your data. Your mobile is connected to the internet, and you are able to access your emails and whatever you are using. So this is called as a software as service. Whenever required to access your applications over internet, it will be accessible to you. This is called as a on demand. Whenever you demand it, it will come to you. Okay, so this is all about the software as service. Okay, so next topic is we have some service model and infra for it. Okay, so I was talking about that. One second. Yeah, well, so I told you the bankers, and they are using their servers and applications, and behind that application there is some data center and the resources available in the banks, right? So we have three services, which is infrastructure as service, platform as service, and software as service. So we have a picture here where we can understand. You can see three columns in it, right? Yes or no? Guys, please be interactive. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Well, so the first column you will see infrastructure as a service. What is that infrastructure as service? As I mentioned earlier, there is a there is a application behind to it. There is resources behind to the applications which is put it into the data centers. That is called as infrastructure as a service. Means you will be having the networking, storage, servers, and virtualization on it. You do not care about the server, hardware, networking, storage. You just need to take care of the operating system, middleware, runtime, data, and application. The things which is in black you have to take care of in infrastructure field. Okay, this is very huge topic. If I sit here and start explaining about it, it will take more than 3 hours. But yes, in short, I would say the infrastructure as service means you do not have to take care of the networking, storage, servers, virtualizations, which is in green. I don't know which color is this, but yes, this is green, I think. So I think blue. Okay. So you do not have to take care of these four things, and you have to just focus on the black things: OS, middleware, runtime, data, and application. Okay. The second one is platform as a service. The second column you can see. You do not have to manage about. You do not have to take care about the networking, storage, servers, virtualization, operating system, middleware, even also runtime. Runtime means there is something which is going to be executed between the application. You do not have to take care about that also. Okay, this will be taking care of the providers. In the down bottom you can see this will be managed by the providers, provider manages. Okay, so you have to take care of the data. You are only worrying about the data and applications. Whatever what the bankers do, they don't care about their data center, their servers, their they just open their laptops, their computers, and then start their transactions. They open their application, they log in, and they go. So this is called as platform as service. The second one is, the third one is, the third column you can see software as service. You do not have to take care of anything. Means anything. You do not have to take care of anything. You just open your mobile, open your laptop, open your computer, regardless to the networking, storage, and everything, blah blah blah. You have to start using your things, whether it is mobile game, putting your data over the internet, Gmail, whatever it is. So whatever available in the cloud, you will be able to access. You do not have to worry about the things, but yes, you have to pay for it, because it is kind of a rent. So let's move ahead. I think this slide is very clear to you all. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It is clear.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you. So who is cloud providers? So as I earlier mentioned, that who is cloud providers. Okay, so I will show you some names which is cloud providers in the market. So these are the leaders of the cloud providers. Okay, the first one is Microsoft Azure, and the second one is Amazon Web Services. The third one is cloud platforms, Google Cloud Platform, GCP. The fourth one is Adobe, and the fifth one is Kamatera, and the sixth one is IBM Cloud. So these are the cloud providers who enables the cloud services on your computer, on your phone, and several things like that. Okay, so if I talk about this if I talk about the services and application from this what I can say, from these providers. So yes, you might be using OneDrive, Microsoft OneDrive in your phone. So that is provided by the Microsoft Azure. and you might using the e-commerce, which is Amazon, where you are buying your merchandise and everything, whatever. Okay, so it is on Amazon. And yes, you are very well known about the Google. Google is the market leader for that also, and Adobe, where it is also providing you the cloud services in different way. Okay, so this is all about the cloud providers. Well, so we'll move to the next next slide. And this picture is having the some applications which is based on the cloud computing. You might be using Netflix now these days. Everyone is in pandemic, so being at home, they might be using YouTube, Netflix. So all these applications you can see in the slide, they all are based in cloud. So I just wanted to know, anyone using these application, any of these application in your phone, in your computer, anywhere? Yes or no?
So,
Yeah.
yes, so.
Any question till the time? I would love to have a question here.
No, sir.
Questions, okay, great. Well, so we'll move to the next slide also. Well, so we will move to the advantages of the cloud. So what I have explained till the time, it was all the advantages of the cloud computing. But yes, I have summarized it for you. So let's move one by one. So one by one means we will focus about the advantage of the cloud in very concise way. So the computer cost, low computer cost means you do not have to set up your own infrastructure and everything. Okay, you just have to take your internet and you can start working on your applications. You do not worry about the setup and infrastructure you have to work upon. All right. So this is like let's suppose you are going to enable your office or open your office, then you do not have to take care of all the infrastructure. You just have to pay for applications, you rent it out, and you start using it. Whatever you use, you will have to pay it. Pay as you go. You might have heard about that word. Anyways, the second one is improved performance. Since we have internet now these days, we have 4G also. So the services is very fast these days. So we have improved performance as well. So the third one is reduced software cost. So in earlier days, when we were creating our softwares, we need infrastructure, we need resources, we need so many things. So including all that, the software was very costly in that days. But now these days, the things is very easily available over the cloud. Infrastructure is also almost cheap, and then software as service, as I mentioned earlier. So everything is cheap and very easily available in the market. So it reduces the cost also for the software, whatever you use in your computer or phone. The next one is instant software updates. Whatever, let's say you have an application which is running on your phone, and the updates comes on that application, it will instantly come to your phone. It will come to the resources. Let's suppose it is on Play Store, or I don't know, other services. Yeah, Play Store. So it will come to your phone also, that hey, this software is available to install updates and write something. Okay, so this is the advantage of the cloud computing also. And the third one, the next one is unlimited storage capacity. Yes, this is the very good concept and very best title for that cloud advantage, that is unlimited storage capacity. Yeah, the unlimited means yes, this is unlimited. Whatever data you wanted to put over the cloud and how much data you wanted to put in the cloud, you are free to put it out. But yes, you have to pay the rent for it. Whatever you have to use, you will have to pay for it. We have some let me go into the detail also. It will take time, but yes, I will try to uh, concise it out. Yeah. Well, so unlimited storage capacity means you whatever you are using, you have to pay for it. Like we have Amazon Web Services, and the Microsoft Azure. These two are the software cloud service providers where Amazon charges you hourly basis. Whatever you are using in your entire hour, you will be you have to pay for it. Okay, let's suppose you are using your application for 5 hours in a day, you will have to pay only for 5 hours. Okay, but the same time the Microsoft Azure, it will cost you second wise. Let's suppose you have used your application 1 hour 23 minutes and 23 seconds, then you do not have to pay for 2 hours. You have to pay for only 1 hour 23 minutes and 23 seconds. So they have some billing management, and they have some portfolio to manage all these things. So according to it, they will charge to it, and then yeah, it is also kind of rent also. Yeah. Yes, universal document access. As I mentioned earlier, that wherever you are, you can access your documents over the Google Cloud, or sorry, G Drive or OneDrive, like that. Device independence. Yeah, device independence. The cloud computing things or applications which is hosted on the cloud computing, it does not care about your app, your platform, your device, whether you are using Android, where you are using iOS, where you are using BlackBerry platform, or whatever it is, it will run on your phone or laptop. Okay, any question till the time, guys? Any question till the time, yes or no?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, so we will move to the disadvantages of the cloud. So since I'm already working in cloud infrastructure field more than 6 years, so I do not see any disadvantages for the cloud, but yes, I have mentioned two or three. So these all the disadvantages of the cloud. We need a constant internet connection. Even a baby knows that if your internet is not working in your phone, you are not able to access anything. So this is all. Does not work well with the slow connection. Yes, if your mobile is running with the slow connection, you may irritate it, and you do. I know. Well, thank you. Any questions? This is the last slide of this PPT. Any questions here? And I know you have the questions. Hello? Any questions?
If anyone is
here?
having any queries, they can unmute their mic and ask the question.
किसी को कुछ पूछना है?
You can also drop your message if you have any questions, any queries.
If somebody says no, sir. I want one question. At least one question should be there. That is why I have prepared this PPT only for 12 slides.
Yes, I think this session should be interactive. So students, please ask the questions. This is a group platform to ask the questions about the cloud computing. Ask the questions.
Well, thank you, Sahu Venkatesh. Thank you for asking the questions. Well, you have a good question for it. How cloud hosting is different from the server hosting? Well, So there is no difference, but yes, I would say a difference in that. Well, the cloud hosting is done by the cloud providers, as I shown in the PPT in the slides. That cloud providers, who are the cloud providers? Amazon, the Microsoft, IBM, and everything. So they are enabling the cloud hosting. They are enabling the cloud computing. Where on that you have to put your servers, right? Let's suppose you are running with a database. Let's suppose you are running with an application. Let's suppose you have created a game like PUBG. PUBG is banned for it, but yes, let me take the name of it. You are using a PUBG game and you have created it. Now you have to put that game so that everyone can access entire the world. You have to put it into the server, and that server should be put it into the cloud. Okay, so that is called as server hosting. Your PUBG game has to be on a server, and that server has to be on cloud, right? So this is the difference between cloud hosting. Sorry, come. Is that clear, Shahu? Great. Okay. One more question, please. We have almost 18 minutes. Anyone have any questions till the time in cloud computing?
All have understood. I think अगर आपने अच्छे से सुना है तो क्वेश्चंस आने ही चाहिए.
मुझे एक क्वेश्चन और चाहिए इसमें से.
Yes, Monica. Yes, Pranay has asked.
Pranay. All cloud servers are real-time servers. Yes, these all are real-time servers. Yes. Yes, Pranay. All these are real-time servers. Yeah. Any others? Well, a nice question here. We have Karthik. What are the benefits of cloud hosting? Okay. So as I shown you the advantage of the cloud computing, right? So cloud hosting, the benefit of the cloud hosting is that you have to pay whatever you are using. Let's suppose you have an application and you have to run that application only for 4 hours in a day. Okay, you do not have to pay the entire day amount to the cloud providers. You have just to pay 4 hours. Let's suppose you have created some application and you wanted to use by the users only 4 hours in a day. Then you have to pay only charges for 4 hours. You do not have to set up your own infrastructure. You do not have to create the servers. You do not have to manage the network. You do not have to hire the engineers, resources, IT guy, everything. You just go ahead and put your servers over the cloud and just pay for only 4 hours. So this is the benefit. This is the good benefit of the cloud. And yes, the moment you are hosting your applications over the cloud, it is secure. Well, so in what is cloud computing? My God. Okay, so cloud computing is something which is on-demand services available to the end user. Okay. So whatever you are accessing over the internet from your phone, that is called as cloud computing. For the example, you are using Gmail, G Drive, OneDrive. Okay, so that is Anchal. Which platform are used for the large scale? Anchal, can you come with the questions once again? which platform are used for the large scale cloud computing means? What do you mean by large scale here in cloud computing? I just wanted to understand once. Then I'll explain to you. Yes, of course. Hadoop is very best platform for cloud computing. Yes, Teradata also, and many more. Like yes, the platform you can say DevOps also. You're welcome. Okay, so ma'am, I'm done with it.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, any more questions from the students? Yes, Vaishnavi. There is one question, sir.
Vaishnavi Thakre. Okay. What is the difference between cloud computing and mobile computing? There is no difference. Whatever you are using over your computer or laptop over the internet is called cloud computing, which is on demand and the same as in the mobile. This is mobile computing. There is no difference. The term is different only. Mobile computing and cloud computing. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Now, is there any more questions? Shall I wait for the question? All the students, I think you have understood well about the cloud computing. Please mark the attendance. Also, there is a link for the feedback form. Please fill the feedback form. Okay. It is visible on your IT webinar series. So, moving towards onwards, I am forwarding. Thank you, Mr. Naveen sir, for all the knowledge you have shared with all of us today in the webinar. It will definitely help all the students in their career building. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. I'll share you all the PPT. That's not the problem. Yeah? I'll share with the Snehal and Snehal will forward you all. Yeah.
Yes, I will share to the students.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to the Honorable Sri Jagdish Ji Gupta, President, Sipna College of Engineering and Technology, Amravati, Dr. S.M. Kherde, sir, Principal, sir, Sipna College of Engineering and Technology, Dr. V.S. Gullane, HOD, Department of Information Technology, Sipna CUT Amravati, for the valuable support and the guidance in the successful conduction of this webinar. I would also like to thank Mr. L.K. Gautam ma'am and Professor Ariel Padi sir, webinar coordinators of the Department of IT, for their constant support. Last but not the least, I am very thankful to my fellow coordinator of this webinar, Professor V.P. Vadda ma'am, without whose support this webinar would not be such a grand success. Thank you all of us and have a great day ahead. Thank you everyone. I will share the PPTs. All the students, please mark the attendance and fill the feedback form. Is there any query?
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
all.
thank you so much. Yeah. Bye.